The Real One team.
Bring your model to life at mcbproducts.net. You know, it's funny how you can culminate weeks of disaster and triumph into 7.5 minutes. Let's go. Well, I'm finally revealing the good, the bad, the ugly, and the redemption of the Nomad. I'm just doing some cleaning up here, marking some old lines and flashing that has to be removed. Then it's time for my sanding. I'm going from 320 grit all the way up to 12,000 grit with sanding. There are a lot of sharp edges on this body. You have to be very careful. Now I'm hitting it with the Rust-Oleum flat black primer and the metallic silver as my base. I had absolutely no problems out of the base or the primer. Now that's 3 good coats of that metallic base coat. Now here's where the second guessing myself came in. This is Pearl Plum, a beautiful color. I added a couple drops of the Pearl Black. Nothing wrong with this color whatsoever. But this was not the original color this car was supposed to be. Simple as that. Man, this mixer really comes in handy. Love me using this thing. I recently replaced the batteries and it works 100% better. There's more steps to this acrylic paint by Createx that I use. I use Bruce's acrylic formula. Go into the community tab on my YouTube channel and you will see Bruce's acrylic formula. It doesn't miss. Okay, what you didn't see, this had to be completely stripped. Why? I tried to overcorrect an issue on one of the fins, but more disaster than that, I messed around and tried to wet sand acrylic paint. You cannot wet sand true acrylic paint. It's water based. This is where the problem came in at, right there on that fin. You're going to reactivate the paint and it's going to move on you. Okay, this is deja vu. After I painted it a second time, it actually turned out better than the first time. Remove some of my mask in here. Now I'm doing my clear coat. And let's go ahead and talk about this. This was the next major disaster. The clear coat is absolutely beautiful. But the problem was, I used old 2K clear. I learned that when you do a mixer of 2K clear with that activator, it's only good for a few hours. After that, you're gonna run into problems. And right here when I did my wet sanding, I started to get a clue something was wrong. It just didn't feel right, even though it was smooth. And it took a wet sanding. My big three: Meguiar Scratch X, the Ultimate Compound, and then it was time for my wax. But right here, yeah, I got all the way up to doing the bare metal foil. This is when I noticed I had a major problem. I had a fingerprint that I could not remove. The clear coat never set up. So back in the stripper it went. Well, I learned my lesson. Don't use old 2K clear. Haha. Disgusting. Nasty. And I can't do it again. As you can see, I got a gray primer this time. And my base coat is a bare gloss white. And the reason I'm using that gloss white is because I'm going to the OG color. I was supposed to use this Splash Paints light briar brown and talk myself out of it. So I'm going back to it. Never second guess yourself. That purple, I felt like it was beautiful on this car, but the car just didn't want to be purple. Simple as that. And here's my road to redemption. Light briar brown, like I originally planned. It's been clear coated, wet sanded, and waxed.